Hello, dear friends. So today there is an exhibition in the conference. So I meet different people and I met this lady. She just so different and so inspiring, putting her heart and soul into something useful, helping people. So we will meet with this young lady.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Yes. So how did you start and think about making this thing, and what is your company about?
Well, I started as a psychologist. I worked in Great Britain and I did all my training over there. And as I worked with patients in Great Britain, one of the things that troubled me always is that I often had patients who came in and it was very hard for them to talk about their emotions, to even give them a name, that they weren't really aware of them. And that was frustrating for me because I felt it was a skill that every person should have. And also a skill to be able to manage those emotions. So through that experience, I then came back to the United States. I met my business partner, and she had a very similar dream to help teens and to really help them figure out who they wanted to be. And as we started to talk, our goals were very much in alignment. And so we decided to develop this company that would help young kids to think about, who am I and who do I want to be? And think about that early in life, and to have it a very natural question that they continually ask as they grow, because everybody changes as you develop.
Yes.
But to think about it constantly, who do I want to be, and where do I want to go, and what's important to me, so you don't hit 40 and go,
yes,
oh my God, I didn't want to be a doctor, I don't even like blood, or who's this person next to me, I don't really think I want to be here.
Yeah.
So it should be a natural question that kids start thinking about what's important to them and what their passions are. So that's how we started, and that's what what we do is we sell or we have a curriculum that is aimed at young teens to help them answer those questions. Who am I? Who do I want to be?
Okay. And through how many years have you been on this?
It started about 6 years ago. That's when I met my business partner, and then we spent 3 years working and sitting with middle school age students and saying, what's important to you and what do you want to learn about in life, and how can we help you do that? And what was really interesting in that process is they would always say to us, you guys kind of stink because you keep telling us that we're in adolescence and we're supposed to develop our identity, but you don't talk to us about it. You don't help us manage it. You just kind of look at us and go, hey, how's that going over there? And we're lost. And then you're mad at us because we make poor decisions. So we sat with them and we thought that was fair enough. That's a really good point. So we developed our program to help them manage their emotions, think about what they were thinking, and giving them some skills so that they can make better decisions.
Yes.
And so that was 3 years in the development of the books and writing and then publishing, and then we've been about 2 years out there telling the world what we do.
Yeah, a lot of people do not about social emotional learning, SEL. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Social emotional learning is being able to manage, it's a set of skills, being able to manage your social world and your emotional world, and that it isn't something that should just be left to chance, that it's something that you can really learn and develop some skills about.
Yes.
So thinking about how you relate to other people, how you empathize with other people, and being able to manage your own internal emotions, to know how you think about yourself. That's what social emotional learning is having people look at that process and giving them the skills to manage that process.
Yes, and you have a curriculum for that, so you kind of have a concrete plan or class practice.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit?
Well, I want to say we're actually a little bit more than SEL.
Oh.
Because, well, at least from our viewpoint, is because every child, we can give you skills.
Yes.
But just like if you were pretend you're from another planet, and I came and I taught you how to paint, and I taught you how to wire electricity, and I taught you how to plumb, and I taught you how to roof, I taught you all these different skills. Well, all of a sudden those skills would become much more powerful if you understood that you could put them together and build a house.
Yes.
And so that is the same thing that we're trying to do with SEL skills, is that it's not just a set of skills. You actually are able to build yourself with those things. So when we teach you about anger management, or when we teach you about anti-bullying, or we teach you about leadership, those are how you express yourself to the world. The skills that you use, that's how you tell other people, this is who I am. And this is who I want to be. And so that is what we do with our program, is we have kids take a look at all the internal factors about who they are. So how do my thoughts affect me? My brain, the development of my body, my feelings, my morals. We take a look at all those factors. Then we go and take a look at all the external factors. So we take a look at, how about my friends, how do they affect me? And my family, how do they affect me? My social world, my school, my culture, my experiences, the media. How are they impacting me, and how am I managing them? Because I want to make sure that I'm managing them in a way that fits with who I am, and not who my family thinks I should be, not who my friends think I should be, not who my school teacher thinks I should be, what works best for me. And so as I begin to develop that picture of myself, then I'm going to start to think about, okay, what I put out into the world is going to come back. So I want to make sure that what I'm expressing is what I want to be. So the program then takes a look at how am I communicating, what are my relationships like, my personality, and ultimately, what are the decisions that I'm making? Because we're hoping to get teens to make better decisions for them.
Yes, this you are teaching a set of skill that is not by test. You cannot have a test on this. I'm sure a lot of people do not understand it or cannot understand at the beginning, and you must have a lot of difficulty to persuade people and to convince your idea. How did you keep up?
Ladies and gentlemen, ASCTs,
There you go.
6 best-selling authors signing books in the ASCT.
Oh, wait, 1 second.
Mark Bars, Wendy Ostrov, Alan Fender. No, that's not right.
No, that's not right.
Aaron Sanders, Robin Jackson, and Dana Rossi. Yes. William Herrick, Kathleen Budge, Jonathan Brinkman, Aaron Sanders, Robin Jackson, and Dana Rossi are signing their best-selling books in the ASCD sector.
It's very original. It's
real.
even
It's
more,
authentic.
it's more authentic. Let's take a look at their products. Yes, so there must be a lot of people do not understand or do not see the immediate result. What keep you believe in what you believe and keep on?
Well, there is a lot of resistance. Our school culture today is very much focused on academics and testing. And you can't really, this isn't an area that you can test and say, okay, they're check off the box, they're fine. But you see in our culture, with things that have happened recently, we have real mental health issues that need to be addressed. We have kids that are cutting, we have kids that are coming into schools and using gun violence, everything along the spectrum. So it's really something that's very important. And it's just my passion. I went through a difficult time in my life in growing up, and at age 36 I hit a crisis. And through that crisis, I had to really think about myself and what did I believe in, and how could I better communicate who I wanted to be. And that crisis was very painful for me.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, I don't want anybody else to have to go through that pain, but also I shouldn't be 36 and just figuring this out. It would be a lot better if I had thought about these issues when I was younger. And I'm lucky because I ended up in a relationship. I have a wonderful husband and a great family, but it could have very easily gone the other way because I had not thought about these things. And that's what I want to try and save other kids from doing. Often when we go into school, I'll say to people, to the kids, I'll say, how many of you know somebody that has been in a relationship or is in a job that they don't really enjoy or love? And at least 75% of the class raises their hand. And I say, that's why I do this, because I don't want you to be one of those 75%. I want you to grow up to be happy, whatever that means to you. It doesn't, whatever your definition of happiness is, That's what I want you to find. And that comes from knowing who you are and what your passions are.
Yeah, you are teaching kids, or you are letting them understand what they really are and bring the best of them, and
what's
being
important
confident and
yeah, what's important to them, because we get so many media messages today, and particularly in the environment that, the children of today are growing up in an environment that's unprecedented in terms of the amount of information and how often they're able to connect. And really, with all those images and all those influences coming in, it's very important to stop and take a step back and say, wait a minute, do I want to be that? Do I want to buy into that message that's being sold to me or being told to me by the media or my friends or whatever it may be? Because if you don't, you'll end up in a place that you don't want to be.
Yes, independent thinking and your own sense of justice,
Absolutely.
which is a very important value in today's life.
Absolutely, and I think something that very often gets lost. It's very easy to go with the flow and just not be aware. And our big thing is self-awareness. Be aware of what's around you and what's happening. Because many kids just don't think about it and they just go with the flow, but that's how you end up in situations where you think, how did I get here?
Yeah, this is not wrong. I went to the wrong way.
This is not where I want to be in my life. And so it's like, all right, well, where do you want to be? And let us help you get there.
Yes. Wonderful. So shall we see some of your products?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Come and take a look.
Yes.
Yay! Yay! So these are our books. So it starts actually here with Discover Yourself. So when I was talking about all the internal factors that make somebody who they are, this is the book that covers those internal factors. So what's going on in my body, with my brain, my thoughts, my feelings, my morals. This is
teenager, and especially, and every stage of our life have difficulty.
Absolutely.
The growing pain of teeth.
Absolutely.
And
and that is, as we were saying, this shouldn't be a question that just stops here after this program. It should be a question that you continue to ask yourself over and over and over again. But at least you can look at the different factors that are affecting you because you've been exposed to what they are. So this is Manage Yourself, is all the external factors that influence you. So how are my friends affecting me? How's my family affecting me? My culture, the media, my experiences. How does everything impact me, and how do I manage them to be the person that I want to be?
And be still you and independent.
And that is the biggest thing.
Yes.
There is no right and wrong in this. There is no you should be this way or that way. Only you can determine what is right for you. But you have to really take a look at that. You can't just think, oh, well, somebody's doing it that way, so that's right for me. Is it really? You have to take a look at that and determine, well, that doesn't resonate with me and it doesn't feel right.
That is so good to say no and to negate other things. It's a strength to strengthen yourself.
Absolutely. And then on the flip side, when you do think about things and you say, yes, that's right for me, yes, I agree with it, the power of being able to really affirm who you are and with other people that have similar values is really a wonderful thing. So I'm sorry, my phone is
Okay. So we have seen this wonderful lady. Yes. So this one is Express Yourself.
Yes.
Doing your things. Don't worry.
No, it's
we
okay.
can do another video.
No, that's okay.
Is that okay now?
It's okay now. Sorry, it's just because I have children, and I have to make sure that they're safe.
How old are they?
My children are 10 and 14.
Wow.
So
they are in New York.
They're in New York right now, and they're being.
The city, or?
No, we live outside the city.
Oh.
So we got stuck in 9/11, so we moved outside the city after we got stuck in 9/11. So that was a whole nother experience I could tell you about. So then this is Express Yourself. So it's the third book in the series. And this book is the one that what you put out into the world is going to come back at you. So let's make sure that you're expressing to the world who you wish to be. And so that's the culmination of the product. And it has a free website.
Oh, yes.
Let's see if we can pull up the website. That's my
Too
backyard.
many people using this website, using the internet here.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Notice I was checking how things were at home.
I am looking at the books and the other things.
Okay, that is for elementary age group. So we developed this product, and we had such a good response to this product is that people said, wait a minute, I don't teach middle school, I teach elementary age. So we developed a product for elementary age kids to begin to develop their social skills, meaning how can I interact with somebody else and make it a successful interaction? What are the elements of that in terms of keeping eye contact with somebody, listening and really hearing what they have to say? So that product helps young kids start to think about who they are, but at their level, you know, not quite yet at the level of the middle school. This is good. This is the website. So here we are on the website. We have a whole section that's just for educators, so for the teens to help support them. But I think the important thing might be to see, this is the teen side of our website, and you can see all the different, we cover 6 different categories: drugs and alcohol, my body, my inner world, my mental health, my social world, my work and school. So I happen to be working on, because it's a big issue these days, something in my social world. So here are the 8 topics we have here, but I'm working on bullying right now because it's such a big topic that's going on. But you can see...
Is this the chatting from people? The chatting?
Well, yes, we have, within the books, there is a little mini soap opera that comes on. So there's 4 different characters. So we often use those characters on the website as well to help. It's just a little bit more casual than just textbook reading. So you get to have a story about what's going on. So this particular story is a conversation about the bullying that's happening at their school. So, and then through them, we cover topics such as what is bullying, who is the bully, who's the victim, who's the bystander, starting to get kids to really think about all the different elements of bullying. That it isn't just one person and the person that's being bullied, but this one person, the person that's being bullied, is probably bullying for a reason, because there's other things that have happened to him.
That is so good to see the whole picture.
The whole picture, and and I think it's so important to realize that this person isn't all evil, or you know, they might be acting horribly, but it's usually in reaction. It's always a reaction to something else that is going on. So taking that big picture, and then also taking the person that is being bullied, the victim of it, how that affects his life. And then the third element is the person that's watching it, and that, you know, you can be a bystander with what's going on. It's awfully stressful for you. You don't know how to react. You feel empathy and you want to help this person, but there can also be consequences. If you help this person, you may be also then a target of the bully. So really seeing how it affects everybody, and the small changes that you can make so that perhaps you can shift what's going on, and you can help the person that's being bullied, but also help the bully to see what he or she is doing, because bullies come every gender, every size, every shape. You know, it used to be, you know, I always laugh in the old television programs, it was, you know, the big girly or rough boy that it is. You know, bullying takes all shapes and forms these days. So it's really getting everybody to look at all the different aspects of a situation, and then to think about what they would want to do in a particular situation.
Thank you. I think it's time you take care of your children. It's such a wonderful thing that I see so many different people, inspiring people. Thank you.
That's so nice of you to say. Thank you.
I will send you the link.
Wonderful. I appreciate talking to you. It's been wonderful.
Say bye-bye to them.
Bye, everybody.